Hello, I'm Kay and I'm going to explain how to get a ×30 multiplier in the Gems of War bounty events to allow you to grab that loot faster. Gems of War isn't an easy game in terms of its mechanics, so it's actually quite easy to be doing things in an effective way without realising it. The bounty event is a personal event that runs around once a month and lasts for 3 days, starting on a Friday. For a long time I wasn't aware of how high the multiplier could actually go. I found out from vets in my guild discussing tips and the event. I've been trying to do the same by helping our newer members learn the basics. So I thought it might be easier to show it rather than typing it, so let's get into it. So when you go into the bounty event in games, you can see it says to use bounty hunters to multiply your points. What it doesn't explain is that you get a multiplier for each bounty hunter troop used in the team, and the bounty hunter captain, which is the new troop launched at the event, scores you double. We'll come back to the best way to build a team later in the video, but for now you'll want to get that captain. I will say that you can do this event without spending gems on the bounty captain, but it will take you longer. I tend to save my gems up so I can spend them on events like this. So the bounty captain is Poxhair in this particular event. If we go to the shop and look, you can see you can get 1 copy guaranteed from tier 2, but each tier you buy will give you random bounty troops to help you build a team later. You'll also get buff potions, souls, diamonds, gold, sigils, trait stones, portraits and an emoji set. If you buy all the way to get the captain to Mythic, you'll also get enough trait stones to be able to unlock all the traits as well. So we'll go ahead and buy these. So now we've bought tier 2, you can see we have Poxhair, and there's also these guys who are also bounty hunter troops, so this is a good way to get those troops ascended to Mythic if they're not already. And we can stop here. So to get the bounty captain to Mythic this way will cost 1110 gems, but you can earn back 110 gems from the event overall, so it's really 1000 gems, but that still stings. The other option of course is to use Ascension Orbs, but it will take 4 because his base rarity does start at rare. And speaking of rewards, it's broken down into 20 blocks and you'll need to earn a total of 250,000 points. So from that you can see why it's a good idea to try and get the highest multiplier possible to save you time. So the scoring for the event works like this. Basically you fight through 20 rounds and each round gets harder but is worth more points, starting from 10 points to 200. These points are used to get your rewards, but there are also multipliers. So if we just have the system make us a random team, you'll see we have no multipliers yet. It's set as ×1. It's interesting that auto-suggest has only selected 1 bounty troop. This is why the game is confusing. Anyway, we go to your new bounty troop and upgrade them. We want to unlock the first trait, which is named Bounty Hunter. And as you can see, it explains gains ×2 to ×6 to the bounty score based on my ascension. You must unlock at least this trait, otherwise the bonuses won't kick in, but we've got enough trait stones when we were buying copies at the shop to unlock all of his traits, so we may as well do those as well. So as I mentioned, he starts off as rare, so he'll get ×2, but because he's the event's bounty captain, that will actually be doubled to 4. If we ascend him to ultra rare, it'll change to ×3, but again that'll be doubled to be ×6. And then if we ascend him to epic, we get ×4, which is doubled to ×8. Next, if we do legendary, we'll get ×5, which is doubled to ×10. And finally mythic, we get to ×6, which is doubled to ×12. And remember, it is only the featured troop that gets their multiplier doubled. Let's bump this multiplier up even more. So these guys aren't bounty hunters, so let's add 3 more to join our captain. So moving on to team building, the easiest way to find out which troops are bounty hunters is to simply type bounty into the filter. Like so, and these are all troops who have the bounty hunter trait. As you can see, all these guys are mythic, as I've already ascended them and unlocked their bounty hunter traits previously, so they'll be getting ×6 each. If you're just starting out on this strategy and you haven't done any of the troops yet, just play around a bit and see what team you like and then focus on ascending them. It might be a bit difficult at first, but it will save you so much time in future events, and it'll be easier to keep on top of them when you have a good core team. And from here you can see what kinds of attacks are going to be available and decide who you want on a team, which will work for your playstyle. I'm now ready to put my team together. I do tend to use the same 3, which means I can save slot 4 for the captain even if I don't want to use them. I know these 3 can do the work. So as all these guys are already set to mythic, I know I'll be getting ×6 for them. I like Ogress for mana generation from explosions, and adding her at mythic gets us to ×18. I'm going to use Man at Arms to increase Ogress's skull damage, give her armour and a barrier for extra protection, and with his ×6 that now takes us up to ×24. And lastly, I'm going to use Tigriki Warrior to do true damage, and his ×6 now gets us up to ×30. If you're still not sure who to put in your bounty team or are struggling, do feel free to give this team a try. And because Ogress is quite new, if you haven't got her to mythic level, you could try substituting her with Chris Turtle, because they've been around longer, so you're more likely to have copies of them to be able to ascend them. And it is important that the bounty hunter captain is in the team. Even if you don't like their attack, just shove them to the back or something. And now we've decided who we want on our team, we just need to finally choose a banner. There's no point choosing a class because we won't get the benefits with the hero not being present on the team, however medals will still work. As usual with banners, you can get more of one colour if one is set to negative, so we don't need yellow. Let's see. That's not great. How about purple? Extra black and blue, that's okay. Okay, so now we have our team set up, let's see how they do. So as expected, that was very easy with being the first round, but it gives you an idea of how that team can work together. And as you can see, with the times 30 multiplier, instead of getting just 10 points, we actually got 300, which means we've already got the level 5 rewards. And if you consider that by the time that you get to round 20, you'll actually be getting 6,000 points per fight, you can see why it's a good idea to invest in a good bounty team. So the only thing left for me to do is grind my way up to 250,000 points, and I will see you in a bit.
2 hours later.
Okay, so it's been around 2 hours and I'm currently at 240,000 points. The way that the points stack up, if you go for each round without repeating one, you will always be 10,000 points short. It's so irritating. So I may as well take this opportunity to show you how the team stacked up against the hardest round.
Mana Surge. Mana Surge.
As I mentioned earlier, I've been farming 6,000 points for most of this time, so it has only been around 2 hours. That's not a flex, it is just that much faster. So all that's left is to grab all the loot. I do hope this video has helped. If it has, please consider hitting the like button. If you're interested in general gameplay videos, you may also consider hitting the subscribe button, because that's what my channel is all about. I've also recently started a Patreon page, the details of which are on screen now. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to pop those in the comments section. And I wish you luck in your future fights, and I hope to see you soon.